Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chai with Us podcast. This is episode number 22. I am Erika, the personal developer.
And I'm Ivana from Okolo Isabel's. And today I'm drinking a mint tea. What are you drinking?
I am drinking dorada. I just can't. It's too hot. I just came from the beach. And on top of that, I just fell off my bike. So I just think I deserve a beer, even though it's not alcoholic. But it's
Yes,
still
that's
good.
fine.
Mhm. And just in case you think like I'm a drunk person, this is not wine. This is just water with berries, okay? And I'm gonna be drinking this as well. Yeah, so I guess you want to know what we're talking about today. Today we're going to talk about the coronavirus situation, like what's up in our countries, how do we feel about it, basically just like what is going on. Because I don't know if you feel the same, Ivana, but like I'm walking down the street, and sometimes people like forget that there is a coronavirus. I see
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people like just so chilled, and I'm like, where am I? Don't we have like a pandemic going on and things
Mm-hmm.
are getting
Mm-hmm.
worse right now?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Just tell me your experience. What's
Yeah.
up right now?
Well, I've been out of the country for about 6 weeks.
Yoo-hoo!
So I just got back to the US. I went to Europe to visit family, and I can speak about my experience traveling. At first, I was a little bit really worried to get on a plane, but everyone had to wear the mask the entire time. So the entire 9-hour flight, you had to have your mask on. You could take it off while you were eating, but other than that, you had to have your mask on. And then once you arrived, in some places they would monitor your temperature before you, like, as soon as you
Oh,
got off the plane.
right.
Where I was in Europe, like some places where you went in like into like a facility, they would measure your temperature again. But other than that, you just really needed to wear your masks. But I saw
Mhm.
so many people like sitting at a cafe with no mask, just talking to each other like nothing was going on.
Side by side, yeah,
Yeah, just being
yeah.
very chill, like definitely not practicing social distancing, laughing, very relaxed.
I don't know. I just right now I'm just like I was talking to my boyfriend and like pretty much every 3 days we're like, okay, so we have to enjoy it right now. We have to go to the beach. We have to go to the mountain. I
Mhm.
got the bike, so I'm like I'm grabbing the bike every day. I don't care
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
I'm almost sure that we're going to be in confinement, like
Yeah.
in, in October tops. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I just feel that things are getting worse, but since it's here, the weather is amazing. It's August. Like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? A lot of people
Yeah.
are on holiday. We just don't care, right? So I try to
Yeah.
be with the same people all the time.
Mhm.
I wear my mask outside. Sometimes I don't have
Mhm.
my mask, but it's because the other person is like miles away. It's very exhausting
Mhm.
to wear the mask all the time. So I try to be careful with that. And I know that
Yeah.
just if everybody just wear the freaking mask, we're
Mhm.
fine.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You're not going to be in a cafeteria and everyone,
Yeah.
nobody's wearing masks. But some
I
cafeteria don't respect the social
yeah.
distance. So
I think a lot of people get very upset about wearing the mask, and I don't see what the big deal is. Like, just put it on. If
mhm,
you're just running into the store, you're not going to be there that long, and then you just take it off. I mean, how do doctors wear them all the time? You know what I mean?
yeah. I don't see what's the big deal with the freaking mask. It's
Yeah.
just like it reminds me of the time where no one was wearing like the seatbelt and
Yeah.
everybody was like, "Oh, what? Now we have to wear the like, yeah, for your safety. They're controlling us. I mean, no one is controlling you. It's for your freaking
Yeah.
safety. I know
Yes.
that we live in a society where we are controlled. We're controlled
Mhm.
like 100% of the time, but seriously, I think wearing a mask is not a part of the
Yeah.
whole conspiration. It's just like for your
Yeah.
safety and for my
Yeah.
safety. And if you believe so much like in
Mhm.
freedom and everything, you should know that freedom ends where the freedom of the other person you know
Yeah.
starts.
Mhm.
So if you're not wearing a mask, then you're talking
Mhm.
to me, then if
Yeah.
you have the virus, I will I will have the virus as well. So respect
Yeah.
me at least. I don't know.
Yeah. So when I was in Bosnia, I had to do the COVID test, and it's
Hmm.
very interesting. Like they come out, They use
Oh,
gloves and they put this like stick all the way up your nose and like rub
ugh,
it a little bit, take it out. Well, the
ugh.
problem that I had is that she's using the same gloves on all the people that she's testing, which is that, you know what I mean? What if somebody has it, while she's doing the test and then she's going to use the same gloves on you? Like, that's not okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I'm glad the phone rings because I don't have words for that. I don't know what to say. Like,
Yeah.
you're a medic or whatever.
And it was expensive. It was very expensive to get the test done where we were.
With
It
the
was, I think,
same.
like 130 euros.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's a lot of
130.
money to pay.
Mhm.
But it was negative, which is good, and it was super fast. It was like we had the results the next day because
Yeah.
it's only valid for 2 days, and then it's not valid anymore, and then you'd have to get it done again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense, but oof.
Yeah, I think what was like scared me a little bit about traveling was that every day they were changing the travel rules. So we didn't know
Mhm.
what day they were going to change, or like, oh, now you can't be here anymore, like, or you have to leave, or you can't leave
Mhm.
with this passport. So I think that
Mhm.
was like a worry that I had when I was there.
Yeah, I trust you, and I've made a decision not to travel.
Mhm.
I just traveled to another island, just really close and still in Spain territory because I wasn't sure what was going to happen,
Mhm.
and like I just couldn't be bothered, or I needed
Yeah.
this holiday to be like as smooth as possible.
Yes. Mhm.
So to travel was just like, for me, I felt like you felt, even though you did
Mhm.
go and everything. But I was
Mhm.
just like, never mind. Especially because I wanted to go, like, I want
Mhm.
to go like India. I want to go like Marrakesh. I
Yeah.
need to go to Morocco. So
Mhm.
rather just stay here. And
Yeah.
but it was actually very nice. And I think that this is one thing that is happening to people. We are not traveling as much outside, so
Yes.
we are
Mhm.
discovering what we do have. And I am having
Mhm.
so much fun, like being in the country, at the
Mhm.
beach, spending time like at the volcano,
Mhm.
sleeping outside. I'm just having the time of my life. And probably I would have fun traveling, but I would be missing
Yeah.
everything that this island has to offer. So it's so
Mhm.
cool as well.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, since you mentioned that, we always go to this national park that's nearby here. It's a state park. And if I had been traveling, we probably would not have been going there as much as we do. But it has a lot of nature trails, like bird watching trails.
Yeah.
We bike there, and it's really nice to be able just to bike away from the road and actually have a bike path. As I'm sure you know how important that is.
Do you know how lucky you are? Like,
Yes, I
serious.
know.
I
I
like,
know.
seriously. I'm about to go like ride a Laris to somewhere. Like, someone has to build bike paths here in Tenerife. You know what? We didn't talk about this on our last episode. So I want to add that if you come here and if you think that you are going to walk around with your bike, you can do so, but it's very, very tricky because there are not a lot of bike paths.
Hmm. Yeah.
My leg is here, my knee is here to prove it.
Yeah. Did you tell people that you fell off the bike? Yeah, you did at the
I
beginning.
did at the beginning to
Yeah.
justify that I don't care that today I'm not drinking tea. That's not excuse, but that's not an excuse, but I don't care. It's whatever. Uh,
Yeah.
Going back to the coronavirus situation. So I was thinking, like, a lot of people lost their jobs.
Mhm.
And it's just like, it's not like, for example, clubs and bars here, like evening places,
Mhm.
are getting closed, like shut down,
Mhm.
like by law. I think that they are thinking about it. I'm not sure if they did it already here in the Canary Islands, but they're going to shut
Mhm.
down. So, like,
Okay.
all these people, they are losing their jobs. And it's
Mhm.
like, you have a business, you
Mhm.
have, yeah, like your whole life set, you
Mhm.
were probably successful, but then the government says, you know what, clubs can't exist because a lot of people go there.
Mhm.
And I just really cannot imagine how would that be, because it's not like you gave up on something, it's not like
Right.
you
Right.
were careless. It's just like, right now having a club is not an option.
Mhm. Mhm.
And it's so freaking crazy. I just
Mhm.
have been thinking about those people a lot, because
Yeah.
it's like, and it's not like it's closed forever. It's closed,
Right.
and who knows. So
Right. Yeah.
it's like, I wish I had an advice for those people. I wish I
Mhm.
could say, I could tell them, like, you know what, just look for an alternative and see what you can do instead.
Yeah.
But they are in such a, it's like a limbo situation, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's such a difficult time for so many people that have lost their jobs because, like you said, maybe they were in a specialized job where they can't. What are they going to go to another club? Another club is
Hmm.
closed, so they have nowhere else
Hmm.
to really
Hmm.
go.
Yeah. Well, I still believe that everything is a freaking learning opportunity. Everything is an
Mhm.
opportunity to change things. Um, and if you, probably this is an opportunity, if you were tired of working in this kind of jobs, maybe this is an opportunity for you to train. I can just say that, like, my heart goes out for these people, because, like, I cannot even imagine how is it,
Mhm.
you know.
Mhm.
We want to set up a retreat, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
So and when we set it up, someone can just tell us, okay, flights,
We're
okay,
not doing it. Yeah.
yeah, so we're closing the frontiers. Like, that
Mhm.
sucks.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
like, and we're talking about one investment that we are going to make. And
Right.
I'm thinking about, like, my whole life is this business, because that's what people
Mhm.
do when they do have a business most of the
Mhm.
times.
Mhm. Yeah.
So yeah, so my heart really goes to them, and I'm
Mhm.
thinking, like, um only thing you can do is just, I'm guessing, be mindful, be patient. And
Yeah.
if you have something that you would love to do instead, then now it's the moment, like, the universe
Yeah.
is giving you the opportunity to actually change things. You
That's
don't
true.
have to be stuck. And we can
Mhm.
also look for ways of doing things. I mean, this quarantine was so important. Like, for me, it was very important being in confinement, because I'm sure that a lot of ideas that I came up with during the confinement, there
Mhm.
was like they were the best ideas ever. I wouldn't have thought, because I was
Mhm.
so focused on meeting people in person, that I
Mhm.
forgot about a whole business that we have.
Yeah.
And yeah, so for those people, this is also like, just think how, what is it that you can do, and probably in a different way. And you probably have
Mhm.
a lot of contacts, you have a lot of people that you know, and,
Mhm.
like, how can you use this to survive while
Yeah.
you are
Mhm.
in
And
this
if they can
situation.
afford it, maybe they can take a class on something online because
Yeah.
now everything is online instead of in person,
Yes.
which in a way is sometimes nice because then you don't even have to leave your home and you can just take
Yeah.
classes from your home.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I know what you mean. It's a really difficult time for everybody.
Yeah. And I think also, like, regarding the classes, right now, of course, you are not going to have a degree online, probably,
Mhm.
or it will take you some time. Maybe you can do it, but it will take you a lot of time and a lot of money. But there are a lot of trainings online. Udemy
Mhm.
platform has a lot of trainings. I am there all the time. Right now, I'm
Mhm.
taking a course on how to build successful coaching programs, like signature
Mhm.
coaching programs. I'm working on something
Mhm.
right now, and I said, okay, let me just dig into this so I can do things properly. And I swear, you
Mhm.
guys, it is very valuable. Like, the
Mhm.
amount of knowledge that she passes is just crazy. And right now in August,
Udemy?
almost Udemy, yes, and all the
Yeah. Mhm.
trainings right now are like
Mhm.
9.99. Like,
Mhm.
dude, if you want to learn nowadays, seriously, I think we can
Mhm.
all get 9.99. And if we
Mhm.
cannot, just, I told you at the beginning of my journey, I didn't have any money, and I was
Mhm.
doing all the free pieces of
Mhm.
all the
Mhm.
coaches that I knew, and then I didn't buy
Yeah.
anything because I couldn't. But all the free pieces, I was learning more and more, and
Mhm. Mhm.
so
I agree.
yeah. Mhm.
I did a course on Udemy and I really liked it, but it was more than 9.99. I paid a
Yeah,
little bit more. Yeah.
you have a lot of trainings over there.
Hmm.
You have from 9.99 to whatever. Right now in
Yeah.
August, there's like big offers. There are a lot of big offers, and so the trainings are way cheaper. This one
I'll
was
have to look into it again.
this one was like 149.
Okay.
So and I did like another yoga trainings. They're like
Hmm.
50, and it depends, okay? But
Yeah.
just for you to know that there are a lot
Hmm.
of options out there, and if you just
Hmm.
keep an eye on it, you will find like great offers.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very nice. Thank you for sharing that.
Sure, sure. I hope
Hmm.
this helps someone, because
Yeah.
sometimes we are so focused on the problem, like we forget like to, you know, look around,
Hmm.
see that we do have other options. We don't have to
Yeah.
stick with this thing. We can.
Yeah. I think so much with like the coronavirus right now is that people are just in a slump. Like they feel very negative, like at a loss. They don't know what
Mhm.
to do. We feel helpless in a way. Like there's nothing that we can do to control it
Yeah,
aside from wearing the mask.
that's for me.
What advice do you have to people that are just, you know what I mean, like just very negative, like just negative and feel very badly right now?
To just change it around. You cannot
Mhm.
control what's happening, right?
Mhm.
Then what? We like,
Yeah.
you can drag yourself around, you can complain, like just use this uncertainty, you know,
Mhm.
to practice some mindfulness, to go day by day, and just, and that's it. You cannot control, just get over it. You cannot
Yeah.
control the virus, just get over the situation. That's what I was
Mhm.
telling myself the other day. Dude, I don't know
Mhm.
what to do with this situation. And it's not
Mhm.
like the only thing I can do is just go outside and wear a freaking mask. That's the
Yeah.
only thing in my power right now. And
Mhm.
the rest, are we going to be confined? Are we going to be outside? Are we going to get our
Mhm.
jobs back? When is everything going to go back to normal? We don't
Yeah.
know. And I
Mhm.
think that this thing that a friend of mine was telling me like, oh, so I just hope we go back to normal. And I'm like, have you considered that we are not going back to normal? Like, we
Exactly.
need to practice a little bit of acceptance, I would say.
Mhm.
Okay, this is a
Mhm.
situation that I cannot control. What is it that I can control right now?
Right. Yeah.
Focus on what you can do. Like, you are not
Mhm.
working on the vaccine, you know. I'm sorry, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's like tough love, but it's true. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not working on the vaccine, you know. It's not like I cannot control the virus. So when you cannot,
Mhm.
it's like there is an earthquake.
Mhm.
Like, is it the situation? Do you have to run away? Do you have to go
Mhm.
to a bunker? Do you just focus on what you can do right now? Because
Yeah.
if we're focusing on, I don't know what to do, I don't know what's happening, I don't know, then you are telling your brain, I don't know, and your brain will not give you any answers.
Mhm.
Just accept the situation as it is and focus on what is it that you can do, and just
Yeah.
and live day by day. It's the best advice I have for you people.
Yeah.
Hey, where were you?
I just lost a
I
pen.
missed you for a second.
I would agree. I mean, I think it's just remembering that like you have to do things in a different way. If you want to see your friends, maybe meet them on a Zoom meeting, and then you can all have like a little wine party or something on Zoom.
Hmm.
uh, it's about you like going out and exploring different parts of your city that you maybe haven't seen, like parks and because you can still go to parks as long as like you have your mask on and you're practicing social distancing.
Hmm.
But it's really just getting out of that funk and like listen, go back to what you enjoyed doing before this happened. You know what I mean? Like we weren't always around people 24/7 when we didn't have coronavirus. So what are the things that you enjoy doing? Maybe take a new class on something online or paint
Hmm.
again. Like we always talked about like coloring and painting and how much that
Yeah.
has helped us. Do yoga, do tai chi, do your own Zumba class. I mean, they have all these classes online now that you can just, hook up to your iPad and listen to it,
Hmm.
and get your exercise in that way.
Yeah, and actually, just value what you can do. Value
Mhm.
what, like, we, like, people. Let's remember that we were in confinement. We couldn't
Mhm.
leave our houses. I
Mhm.
don't know where you live, but we have an audience that it's like a little bit from everywhere.
Yeah.
But like most of the countries that I know listen to us, our friends and
Mhm.
everything, they're in Spain, some of them are in the UK, some of them in the States. Like, I mean,
Mhm.
we were in confinement. We couldn't do
Mhm.
anything, and we were
Mhm.
crazy to go out. We are
Mhm.
out.
Mhm. Now enjoy
Enjoy
it.
the fact that we are
Exactly.
out and enjoy what you can do. This is a
Mhm.
situation that it's like unheard of.
Mhm.
So you are able to go to the park, damn, go to the park, enjoy it like
Mhm.
crazy. Especially
Mhm.
because I do believe that real soon we're going to have like some sort of confinement. I don't know if it is for everybody or just for the people who are more not so healthy. I don't know what's going to happen, but
Yeah.
hopefully it's not. That's not what's going to happen. But
Everyone is talking about it. They think it's going to be like late September, October that we're going to have like another a second wave or whatever you want to call it, and that we're going to be in quarantine again. I
yeah,
hope that's not the case.
I hope that's not the case as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want people to. I just, for me, for my case, like selfish me, I just want to be able to work from home but not be quarantined, you know,
Yeah.
and then
Mhm.
just do the basic stuff,
Mhm.
but not
Mhm.
be so like, because last time was just like, oh my God, it was Jesus.
Claustrophobic.
We couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
You couldn't go for a run.
I remember that.
Oh my
Good thing you
God.
have your dog
I do have my dog. It was like our excuse. So I would go.
to go out.
I would
Yeah.
go. No, my boyfriend actually was going in the morning, and then I was going in the evening, and that's
Yeah.
yeah. But we were like, it's been like 2 months that
Mhm.
we didn't hold hands.
Mhm. Yeah, I remember that.
We're like, oh my God, yeah. We didn't walk like both of us outside holding hands, like
Mhm.
simplest thing like right now. But
I think it makes you appreciate all the things that we had before this started happening.
yes, it's true. And let's keep this appreciative vibe, right? Just
Yeah,
don't give
exactly.
up just yet because we don't know
Mhm.
what's going on. Just like don't give up just yet and keep this gratitude thing going
Mhm.
on and
Mhm.
take care of yourself and your own people and
Mhm.
see what is it that you can do within this chaos because there's always
Yeah.
something that you can do.
Mhm. Here it's so different now because all the states are starting to make their own rules. So for example, if I want to travel to New York because I'm coming from a high risk state, I would have to quarantine for 2 weeks before I can do anything. So that pretty
Whoa,
much makes travel like not an option because who can afford to go to another state and spend 2 weeks in a hotel before you get to see people?
right. That's a
Yeah.
good question. I think that for the UK is the same.
Maybe.
I
Maybe.
don't know
Now they
if
start
I'm.
making their own rules.
I think if you go to the UK, you have to quarantine for 2 weeks as well.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so. I
Which is
wouldn't
hard if
travel.
you're like coming, if you don't live there or you don't have people to stay with, because then you have to pay out of pocket for a hotel room.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's just rather
And why would
stay
you
at
want to go
home.
stay in a hotel room for 2 weeks?
I don't know. Do they have jacuzzi? Maybe they have a jacuzzi shows. I don't know.
I don't know.
Someone comes to
I
make
don't
you
know.
laugh. I don't know, but I wouldn't do it. Like
Yeah.
even if I could stay there for a month, I wouldn't waste
Uh-huh.
15 days in a hotel or someone's like I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. I mean, that's what I'm not doing it.
Is there something else that you want to comment on this coronavirus? Like what is on your mind? Because I think we're not talking about the coronavirus enough. Everybody's like, oh, so probably we're gonna go back in quarantine, so probably not. I like the mask. But no one is talking like about how they feel. I feel like there's this level of anxiety that we are
Okay.
not talking about
Yeah.
with each other.
Yeah. I feel sometimes I do feel hopeless, like it's never going to change. Like this is going to be our new norm, always like living like this with a mask everywhere we go. Um, and just also right now, what's happening in the US, you have to understand is our general elections are up. So we're voting
Mhm.
for the president. And so that's another like anxiety imposing factor because no one here, or at least none of my friends, want another 4 years of Trump. So I think that is adding another, you know what I mean? Like I think that's why I feel very anxious scared,
Mhm.
hopeless at the same time. But I'm
Mhm.
voting, you know what I mean? So I'm doing my part, and I can say that I voted and I voted for how I wanted. Uh,
Please, please, please,
yeah.
everybody, just go vote. Change
Because I
it.
really hate that when people are talking about how bad the situation is, but then they didn't vote. Like if you have the power to vote and you have the power to put the next president in place. So go
Mhm.
out and vote. You don't even have to go out. Mail in your ballot. That's what I'm doing. I'm mailing in mine. You can like
Mhm.
they mail you the ballot at home, you fill it out and you mail it back in and it's counted.
Mhm.
And so, now that like most people are not going to be going to polling places, that's what they're going to be doing. So I think that's where a lot of my anxiousness is coming from, is because it's this added pressure of the general election that's happening.
Mhm.
So it's like, you know what I mean? Like right now we're having like the two debates that are happening, and then in November we have the election. So I feel like
Mhm.
after the election, it's going to be people are going to feel very differently.
Yeah.
So I think from like November, like once we find out who the next president is, it's going to be like a completely different take on how people
Hopefully.
feel. Hopefully,
Yeah.
exactly, hopefully, because I don't know that can take another 4 years of Trump. Not to get political or anything, but I don't like him as a president. I think he's done a lot of bad things to the US with the choices that he's made. And it's really like brought us back like in time, like legally of
Mhm.
all the things he's tried to pass. And yeah. And I don't know that we can take another 4 years of that.
Uh, from what I see on social media, people really want to change, and
Yeah.
I hope it happens
Yeah.
seriously for the sake
hmm
of all
And
of
I think
you
it's so
and
exciting
the
just to
world.
mention that Joe Biden picked Kamala Harris. Like she's black and she's also from, I think one of her parents was from India. So she's like the first
Ah,
Asian, yeah, person to be picked. And I think
yeah.
it's such a, you know what I mean? Like she brings such a different viewpoint to a lot of the decisions they're going to be making.
It's looking good for him, isn't it?
Yeah, I hope so. I really do.
Hmm.
I really do.
Yeah. I just love everything you said, and I think um, we should share this bit. I think it's very important for a lot of people. Um,
hmm
and I just would like to go back a little bit and talk about this added pressure.
Okay.
Um, I feel that in what relates to the coronavirus, a lot of us are feeling everything even more
Oh,
because of the
yes.
coronavirus.
Yeah.
It's
hmm
like people are like, I'm so anxious. I'm like, but I'm talking to a lot of people and I notice that they are always like this. But
hmm
it's somehow the coronavirus just makes, because I think that the mixed feelings with
Mhm.
what I already have in front of me and
Mhm.
the uncertainty of what we're living now is just like crazy. And I feel that we are pretty much dealing with the same problems, but the
Mhm.
coronavirus serves as like this added pressure that makes,
Yes.
something happens and it's like, oh, F 2020. Yes, it's true, but like, you know what I mean? Because there are a lot of happenings, but people are like, what? Another thing? The corona? The
Yeah.
corona? It
Yeah. You
looks like,
can't take anything that's
yeah.
what is minor in other instances now is a major thing. I agree
Oh
because we're
God.
all a little bit on edge, if that makes sense. Like we're
Yes,
all
that's the perfect word. Yes,
on
we're
edge,
on edge.
and then we just like another problem happens, and we just get pushed off, and then we just explode.
Yeah, yeah. I
And you keep
totally
seeing that
agree.
on TV with these people getting into fights over wearing the mask. Like they get so upset over it. And I really don't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand what the big deal is. Just put the mask on. No one is controlling you. It's just, I don't get it, but okay.
Sometimes I'm like,
Maybe one day someone will explain it to me of like why it's such a big deal.
why are we talking about this, guys? Like, we
I don't know.
have bigger issues.
I
Just
don't know.
wear the freaking mask.
And the point is that like you're going into a private business. Every single business has a right to tell you what you need to do in order to enter
Yes,
their premises.
true.
That's their right because
Agree.
you're going into their property. And so if they say that in order to enter their property you need to wear the mask, then you need to do that in order to enter their property.
Yeah, I totally agree. Okay.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a constitutional right not to wear a mask. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry you have to wear your freaking mask. Just stop being annoying. Just buy a cute one, you know? I don't know. Just I don't know. Just do something. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel so much better right now. I really wanted to talk about the coronavirus. You know, yeah. I sent you like
Yeah,
3
I
hours.
remember. I got quite a few messages. I think because we're on the same page. You know what I mean? Like it's not funny, but it's sometimes you have to laugh at what's happening right now
Yes.
to keep your sense of humor.
Yes, just make things a little bit lighter. Like I know that
Yeah.
there are a lot of people suffering that were really affected by this situation.
Yes.
But we're still here. We're still strong. We still have a
Mhm.
saying. We still have, our most of us
Mhm.
have our arms, our legs. We
Mhm.
can still find. We are human beings. We can adapt and adjust to everything.
Mhm.
This is just
Mhm.
one more thing, right?
Yeah.
And I think that it's like I feel good talking about it because I just felt we were
Mhm.
like, oh yeah, the coronavirus thingy, and since it's in
Mhm.
the air and we don't touch it or whatever, I just feel
Yeah.
like somehow we talk about this all the time, but we're not talking
Mhm.
about our feelings. We're not like,
Yeah.
dude, this is like freaking affecting me. And sometimes when we
Mhm.
talk about it, we're like,
Mhm.
okay, right, yeah, I can actually take this time to do some training. I can actually
Mhm.
take this time to have rest. I don't know.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
I think it's important to really like focus on your mental health and do anything you can to make things better for you, and do online yoga classes, get a coloring book and color, do Zumba online classes if you like to dance, uh like talk to your friends on Zoom and have a Zoom party, have a Zoom watching. Now you can, I think they're called like Zoom watching parties, so you watch the same show and then you get to comment on Zoom while
Oh,
you're
I love
watching it.
it.
So it's like you're watching it together. I mean, it's not the same, but you know what I mean? It's still like they feel like you're in person. So, we're going virtual, and as much as I don't like computer screen, there's another opportunity that Erica mentioned is go outside, go out to your parks, explore your island, explore like your state if you can,
Mhm.
and try to spend as much time outside as you can before we get hit with another quarantine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it, you guys.
Thank you so much for tuning in. And we would love it if you could like it, share it, post it, and do anything else to get the word out.
Mhm.
We'd love to hear your comments. So email us at chaywithuspodcast.com
At Gmail.
at Gmail.
I love it. I just love it.
I'm still on vacation.
You're still
Okay,
on
I'm still on vacation.
vacation. You guys, you don't know it, but we have recorded so many episodes and like we were on chai holiday for a little bit. So now
We
we're
were, yeah.
back and we're like, but I'm a little bit more, I've been recording so much for my channel that I'm like, whatever, but we just came on holiday, so it's okay, you
Yes,
guys.
I've been on a long holiday. So it's chaywithuspodcast at gmail.com.
Yes, everybody. So that's it. I see you next week. I hope you
Thank you
enjoyed
so
this
much for tuning
episode.
in.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.